Hey everyone, it's Mario. Today we're revisiting the air fryer chicken wings, except this time we're going to be doing it with Kentucky Kernel seasoned flour, so stick around. So today I got some Purdue wings I just picked up at BJ's. There's 4 to 5 in a pack, and I got 3 packs here, and we're going to start to prep those. I am going to cut off this end of the wing because it's really not good for anything here. Now, if I was actually going to fry these, deep fry these, I would just put them in like that. But since I'm doing it in the air fryer, these don't stack well, so I'm just going to cut them in 2 pieces. And you kind of want to cut them at the joints there. So. Also helps to have a good pair of scissors. These are fairly new. Broke my other pair. They're great. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rinse these off, and I'm going to pat them dry. Alright. I am actually going to dip this in egg. I do dip a lot of things in egg. You don't have to, but I do. A little bit of kosher salt. Now, as far as flouring these, I'd like to get this. I have a Pyrex glass dish here. I'm going to put some Kentucky Kernel in there on the bottom. Get another plate here ready. I'm going to do a handful at a time in the egg batter. A little more Kentucky Kernel on top of that. Gonna put the lid on and shake it up. Now, a lot of people say, oh, use a bag and do it, but I find the bag just clumps up. This is a lot easier. Shake it upside down, right side up. Kind of pat off some of the extra breading. As you can see, that's pretty well breaded, or should I say floured. And we're gonna repeat this for the rest of the chicken. Now, if you notice when I shake this, a lot of flour comes out of all the little seams there, so hold your breath while you're doing it so you don't choke up. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Mario, that's a lot of flour left over. That's a lot of weight, but this is what we're going to do. If you look at one of the last wings I coated, it's pretty bright white. I'm going to let this sit about 5 minutes, and it's going to turn from white to more of a yellowish, and as it absorbs all that moisture, I'm gonna redunk it in the flour twice, maybe even 3 times total, until the flour stays mostly white. Then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for about maybe half an hour so that the flour can set, and then we're gonna cook it. So we'll be back in 5 minutes to check out. Now, if you look at the wings, as you see here, they're not as bright white. They're turning the skin color again. So we're going to go through and dip this again. Before we do, I want to show you this Kentucky Kernel seasoned flour. I've used this a couple of times already on wings, drumsticks, and maybe something else. I think pork chops. Didn't care for it much on pork chops. When cooked right and crisp, it does taste like a spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken batter. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that before we head it off. It is pretty good. I make a similar concoction, which I like probably more than this, but this is not bad. I picked this up on Amazon because our local Walmarts don't sell it. I had to buy a case of it though, like 12 of them. 12 10-ounce containers for like $23. Kind of a bit, but it was a splurge to test out, see how I liked it. So let's get back to the video. Alright. So this is the second flouring. Gonna wait for the flour to absorb that moisture, and then we'll see if we need the third one. Okay, so these have been sitting for about 5 minutes on the second coat, and as you can see, they're not as bright white anymore. So we're gonna do a third coat on this. Okay, so I'm definitely going to make this the last coat because I noticed that it's starting to clump a little bit. A little has to do with the flour, but I think 3 coats are going to be plenty. So we're going to stick this in the fridge for about a half an hour, and then we'll be back. All right, here we go. It's about a half hour later, and while it's not bright white after the 3rd coat, it's better than it was after the 1st and 2nd coat. So we're going to start now and to cook this. There's been a great debate going on about parchment paper. I always use the solid sheets. I'm fine with that. This time around I went to buy more, and I bought the GoWISE brand this time around. The reason why, it actually has more holes for better drainage. It doesn't make a difference again to me. I prefer to use it for easier cleanup. Some people say it doesn't cause them a problem, but this is what I'm going to use. Now, since I want these to cook evenly, I'm going to pick all the same size wings and drumsticks and put them in at the same time because some are a lot fatter. This will help it, you know, them all be ready at the same time. I've also read that people are standing these straight up in the air fryer so they can fit more, but I don't want to try anything new during this time around because I know how it usually turns out. I don't want to run into any surprises right now on camera. Got about a dozen in there. Now, one of the big reasons you want to put this in the refrigerator for half an hour, I rarely do it because I'm always in a hurry, but with breadcrumbs it's not as big as a deal. But the flour, if you don't let it sit in the fridge for half an hour, the flour tends to come loose, especially when you're using you know, a spray, like an airback spray, because if you do it too soon with this, it's just going to start blowing all the flour mixture everywhere. So we're going to give this a good soak down. Yeah, I know it looks like a lot, but don't worry. And we're going to put it in the air fryer now. A couple of people were asking me, this countertop is just a laminate, but what the previous owner did when they had this kitchen made is they had a square cut out in the laminate and they put 9 tiles, and it's a hot plate. I've heard stories of the air fryers, they get really hot, and if you put them on top of things like corian or quartz, the heat can actually crack the countertop. So this is actually good for me. So always read your safety manual on things like that. Okay, I'm going to do 400 for, I'm going to start out at 12 minutes. I have a feeling it's going to be 16, 17 minutes or something like that. But this will be a good starting point. So I'm going to come back and check these in about 6 minutes. Okay, it's been 6 minutes. Let's take a look. Yeah, nowhere near it. So that 12 minutes isn't going to be enough, obviously. So I'm going to add 5 minutes to this. I'll bring it up to about 17 minutes, and I'm going to check this again in another 5 minutes, and hopefully by then it's time to flip. Okay, this has been in here for a total of 9 minutes, so we're going to take a look. Yeah, I think we're ready to flip them. Probably the biggest problem with making these is they're a pain to get in there and flip without destroying them, knocking off the batter. Okay, I'll spray this down again. Spray it down good and pop it back in there. While that's cooking, I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about the whole YouTube thing that's going on about demonetization. YouTube has a new policy that if you don't have like 4,000 hours within a certain time frame or 1,000 subscribers, they will demonetize those channels until they meet that criteria. For me, it never was about that. It was something to have a little fun with. But you know, when people watch your videos and they smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, it makes you feel good that you did something good, that you helped somebody out, and you know, you have a little fun doing it. So I'm putting this in the video now because at the end of the video you may just cut it short and say whatever, but I'm going to ask that if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. There are a lot of good channels out there, a lot of good resources. You know, a couple that come to mind, Christy's Cooking Channel or My Gadget Kitchen. I love watching their videos. They're great. I'll pop a link in the description. But, you know, be sure to visit these channels. And if you like them, you know, hit the like and subscribe button because you're helping them out. You know, some of them meet the criteria, you know, perfectly, and some they're just short a subscriber or they just don't have enough minutes view. And they're doing this, you know, to help everybody. So again, I'm asking that if you know you like these channels and my channel, that you take the extra second to hit the like and subscribe button, because it does make all the difference in the world. Let's get back to the chicken. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's take those out of there. Crispy on the outside like I like it. Gonna get that other chicken in here while I'm at it. Alright, let's try a drumstick. Probably gonna be hot. Oh yeah, good pop. You probably can't see that, but very juicy on the inside, and it's nice and crispy on the outside. You know what this could use? If you watch my previous videos, you would know. Yep, you guessed it. We're gonna put on a splash of my sweet baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce. Right after I finish this. Cut you on film. I'm gonna do it like I do everything else. I'm gonna pick the prime pieces. Maybe this one. I'll squeeze the honey barbecue all over the place, more than needed, because chances are I'm gonna do a couple more like this. I'm gonna grab a plate that's much bigger, put it over, shake it. Not too much of a mess. There we go. Now we're gonna try one of these bad boys. I don't know which one to start with. This is as good as any. Honey barbecue is a little smoky, yeah, I like it. Getting a thumbs up in the back, huh? Man, these are good. Anyway, I appreciate you sticking with me. If you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and hit the little bell symbol so you'll know when I put on a new video. Again, I have a variety of topics, so I encourage you to stay subscribed, even if you're only here for the food, and I put out a video on a kitchen appliance or a tool or something like that. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.